want to contend long term, you have to build through the trenches. The Detroit Lions have done that. But there's one thing that determines whether this window stays open. Show you how we can visually upgrade the Detroit Lions and make them contenders in our eyes. So let's get into it. I had to restructure Jared Goff's contract. The GM already knew what it was. They set it up for him to get restructured around this time of year because we have big contracts that we need to sign. Are we going to re-sign Jahmyr Gibbs this offseason and Jack Campbell? And are we going to allow Sam Laporta and Brian Branch to come back and get their contract? Or are we going to sign those two and take the salary cap down because they're coming off of an injury? I'm personally going to sign Jahmyr Gibbs and Jack Campbell. Gibbs is going to want around $20 million to $22 million. Jack Campbell is going to want $17 million a year. Willing to give them that money, but that comes with a cost. Now, Alex Anzalone is probably not going to get re-signed based off of the simple fact he's 31, and he's going to want a nice little contract for his final one, and we can't do that. We're going to have to be paying our big-time players that are coming up and making big-time plays. We also know we're going to have to upgrade the trenches. The trenches was hollowed out with retirements, age, and the salary cap. Frank Ragnow is likely done. Jared Goff has already teased that. Taylor Decker is also weighing retirement, losing 2 Pro Bowl tackles in off seasons differently, but in the same off season, that's completely bad. Now we can also restructure David Montgomery's contract, which I think I am going to do because I like Sonic and Knuckles. Penny is the greatest tackle that you can have on your team, but the upgrade is going to be needed at left tackle. I think we're going to focus more of that in the draft, and you're possibly going to need a center upgrade. Your guards are fine, but you are going to need depth for the Detroit Lions. We have to build depth. Ty Leak and Makai Wingo are going to have to step up and make big plays because they are now our starters. I think the defensive instability is the problem, and the offense is win or bust, in my personal opinion. Muhammad had 11 sacks, and that is great production, especially for someone that we didn't think was going to do what he did. And then Arnold just needs to stay healthy. Terry and Arnold has to stay healthy. The draft needs is for this team going to be a day one starter in that left tackle position. Now, I think there are good depth pieces in that second round for safety, and we're going to get to that. We went and we signed Trey Hendrickson. Trey Hendrickson came here on a $20 million deal for 2 years for $40 million. Now, you can leave it up to yourself if you think that Trey Hendrickson would come here and play for the Detroit Lions on that deal. It's up to you. In my personal opinion, if you're trying to win a Super Bowl, that's the place that you would want to be, because that pass rush would be lethal. The only other thing that I would say is the interior. Like, you're losing DJ Reader. You're going to have to pick somebody up that's going to be able to stop inside of the trenches. This team is entirely depth dependent, with Branch and Joseph stopping 76% on deep balls of 21 plus yards. The backups, Harper and Maddox, allowed 109.4% on passes, 21 plus yards. Players behind the defensive end were non-factors on these injuries. There was no proven pass rush without Hutch and Muhammad, and the linebackers was the Iron Man of the defensive group because they were healthy all season. Caden Proctor fell to us on the board. We looked at it. That's not what we wanted right there. We traded back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We gave them their pick, and we went back, and he fell to us again. So we just took what we took, and we had Caden Proctor. With our next pick, we went and we drafted A.J. Halsey, the starter for LSU Tigers a good safety depth, and he's going to come down, tackle in the box, and be able to play coverage. He might have some man problems. And with the third pick, I went in there and I grabbed Tyreek Sapp. He's going to have problems with his feet, but he's a big inside threat that's going to give you a dominant pass rush and move you out of the way. And with our fourth pick, I went in there and I took the Oregon linebacker. I think that linebacker has good instincts. He's going to get to the ball. He might lack speed, but what he lacks speed, he actually gains in his awareness on the field. And with our fifth pick, I went with DJ Campbell. If you know anything about DJ Campbell or have heard anything about DJ Campbell, he was Texas enforcer. If anything was to go down, it was not going to go down because DJ Campbell was there. He's big inside those trenches. He's going to be able to make great run room and great space, but he also is lacking in the pass blocking category, but he can get that. He's an enforcer. With our sixth pick, we're going with that tight end Tanner, because the option behind Sam Laporta, if he doesn't work out, it is what it is in my personal opinion, but you get a good vertical threat that's going to give Jared Goff, if he gets comfortable, another reliable target. He's not going to be able to run block for you, but again, he's just a vertical possession receiver, and I think that'll open up your offense a little bit more. And then with the seventh pick, I'm just going to go with Adam Randall. It's a long shot, but if you were to get rid of David Montgomery, Adam Randall is another hard runner that is going to be able to go behind Jahmyr Gibbs and make his own presence felt. The Detroit Lions are built to be in a win or bust situation as of now. They can fix the cap with Jared Goff, but they need to fix that interior D-line to continue to dominate and fix that offensive guard position. Now, I think they can fix all of those positions, and they can do it strategically because the GM is a wizard of his own. It's also going to take them dominating like they did in the past 2 seasons. If you like today's video, please like and subscribe, and new videos are coming out weekly. This is CENO'S All 32, and thank you. Have a great day.